So I thought that after Dark Web, Zeb Wells was finished with Spider Man, and I was excited. But it turns out that is not the case at all. Um, Joe Kelly and Terry Dodson came on board for just a two-part story, and then Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. are coming back to finally do this whole Spider Man Mary Jane plot. And it's just like, okay, whatever. I'm at least interested to see what happened with Peter and Mary Jane. It hasn't been answered yet. It's so bizarre, but whatever. Hopefully, it's somewhat good. I was doing some research on Zeb Wells because I can't remember anything he's written. And it turns out I've read a couple things by him that I actually enjoyed. I really enjoyed his New Mutants run. I really enjoyed Hellions also. So maybe just get him back in the X-Men wheelhouse and away from Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of news for this week to start. But oh, actually, you know what? I heard something really, really weird. And apparently, maybe Christian Bale is in talks to return as Batman for the new James Gunn DCU. That's what people are saying. I do not believe that at all. No way is Christian Bale going to return. I have no doubt that he is not going to return. I have no doubt. And I have no desire for him to return. I did not enjoy him as Batman. Those movies are good. I love The Dark Knight. I love Batman Begins. But he is not a great Batman, in my opinion. I just do not enjoy him as the character. And I just don't think he would blend well with characters like Superman and The Flash. So get someone new. Just keep Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, like he's already there. Just keep him. And they should have kept Henry Cavill, but whatever. Anyway, welcome to a brand new episode of the Pull List, a comic book podcast where we talk about the brand new releases that come out this week, and I tell you what you should read and what you should skip. I also tell you how much they are, and I give you recommendations for books that are coming out next week. So we got a couple books that came out this week. There was one book I couldn't pick up, and that was Joe Fixit #2. My comic book store just didn't have it. I don't know why. So I had to skip that. Hopefully they get it soon because I am enjoying Joe Fixit. It's only the second issue, but I enjoyed the first one enough. So anyway, let's jump in. First, we're going to talk about Batman number 132 by Chip Zdarsky. This book is $4.99, and I was not overly amazed by the last issue that sets up this new plot. And this issue, again, it's fine. It's an okay book. The story doesn't really entice me. I'm not gravitated towards it. Batman is in a parallel universe Gotham City where everything is weird. Alfred is alive, and like Arkham Asylum is running Gotham City or something, and there are these characters in red masks and Arkham uniforms, and they're like patrolling everything. Harvey Dent is like this juiced up Bane type character. Like, it's really, really bizarre, and I just honestly don't really care for the story too much, which is weird because, Chip Zdarsky's writing it. I love Chip Zdarsky. I think he's a fantastic writer, and I was really enjoying the whole failsafe arc, and I feel like this is a really weird place to take this story, you know? So, whatever. Those are all my thoughts on it. The art was pretty decent. Nothing spectacular. I did enjoy seeing some other, I enjoyed seeing characters like Killer Croc and Punchline do show up. Very interesting seeing different versions of those characters. Killer Croc looked really cool. He had a nice little outfit on, like a sweater vest, and he just looked like a very, very nice gentleman. I enjoyed it a lot. So next up, let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man number 19. This is written by Joe Kelly and drawn by Terry Dodson. And this is a little break from the Zeb Wells run. Just a little, I don't even know. I don't know why Joe Kelly and Terry Dodson are doing this. I guess just as a fun little throwaway two-part story where Peter and Felicia, aka Black Cat, go on a little vacation, and they bump into Mary Jane and her husband, Paul, and get into trouble. It's silly. The art is good. If you like Terry Dotson, then you'll love this. The writing is it's good. The writing is good. Honestly, this is probably the best issue of Amazing Spider-Man, to be honest. Um, the only thing is like I really like Joe Kelly's writing. I think his writing is very good for these characters. I just don't like where the characters are currently. And it's not Joe Kelly's fault. He has to do the best he can with what he has to work with. Um, so while this is a really good issue, it's still dragged down by the things that I don't like about the run, the things that he can't fix because it's not his run, it's Zeb Wells's. Um, but it is a fun run. It is a fun issue. It's fun seeing uh, Spider-Man and Black Cat work together. I feel like I haven't seen Black Cat in a long time, so it's really nice having her in this book. And the art is fantastic. Terry Dotson. All right, and now let's quickly talk about the Avengers War Across Time #2. This book is $3.99, and it's good. I really like. It's really just a fun, silly little story. It really is. Like, there's nothing incredibly crazy going on in it. I mean, this issue has the Avengers breaking into the Fantastic Four's Baxter building because they want to use Doctor Doom's time machine. But the Fantastic Four are not home, so they have to break in with the help of the mailman to steal the time platform. But no one knows how time travel works, so they can't use it. It's a silly book. It's supposed to take place back in like the 70s or the 80s. I'd say the 70s, honestly. Um, but it is a fun book. You got Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Wasp, and Giant Man, and it's fun. And then at the end, what's his name? Sindri? Yeah. Sindri the king of the dwarves or whatever he was calling himself. He shows up, so there's going to be a big fight at the end. Not really a lot of Kang in this. Actually, there was no Kang. It's all about trying to get to Kang, and then they have a problem and they decide, oh, well, we can't do nothing about it, and then a dwarf jumps through the portal, so they have to fight him. It's fun. It's fun. Honestly, like, I don't know how many issues it's going to be. Probably 5. You don't need to read this, but you can. It is fun. It's not hurting anybody. The art is really great. It's written by I should have looked this up before. I know who writes it. It's like Paul Levitz. Yeah, Paul Levitz writes it, and it's art or it's drawn by Alan Davis, and I love Alan Davis. I think he has a great art style. So if you like those two, you'll definitely enjoy this. It's a fun little just a little story. I don't know. It's not huge stakes. All right, and now let's talk about Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants #1. This book is $3.99. My apologies, written by Al Ewing. And man, oh man, this is like the next part in Sins of Sinister. I really enjoyed Sins of Sinister. Sinister is up to some sinister things, if you could imagine. And this is 10 years down this new sinister timeline. So Storm is in charge of the Brotherhood, and you get some cool characters like Cable and Mystique and Destiny are very integral characters in this issue. And the idea is that Sinister has cloned Moira McTaggart, and the clone has been like gestating for 10 years or so. So their plan is to break in and destroy the clone. And it's fun. There's a lot of new characters that get thrown in. They create some new characters, and they're fun. I really enjoyed the art in this book. I really enjoyed this book in general. I love seeing Storm in the leader role. I think she is meant to be a leader, and she was the leader of the X-Men Red, and pretty much this is the continuation of X-Men Red. It's written by Al Ewing, who was writing X-Men Red. So if you're reading X-Men Red, or if you were, and then you're like, hey, where's all the X-Men Red stuff? Read this. Make sure to read Sins of Sinister, because it'll just, fill in the gaps of what you don't know. You're going to jump into this and be a little confused. But it's really great. I'm so excited. This is like, they're finally giving Storm time to shine, which she really, really deserves. She is just such an integral part of the X-Men, and her always being sidelined by like Jean Grey or Wolverine and Cyclops is just unfair. She's great. And I'm also just really looking forward to the rest of the Sins of Sinister tie-in books, like Nightcrawlers. I am so excited about that one. Immoral X-Men seems really fun. I'm excited about that one too. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. And the final book we're going to talk about is Daredevil number 8. This book is $3.99, and this is it, man. This is like the fight between Punisher and Daredevil, and the hand and the fist, and it is crazy. I just want to say this book is written by Chip Zdarsky and drawn by Marco Cicchetto, and oh my god, this is just a war. It is a war zone. It is crazy. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but I want to talk about everything in it. But everything that both these series has been leading up to, it is this, and like obviously it's not just going to be one issue, like it's going to keep going, and it is so cool. Marco Cicchetto's art has always been fantastic, especially for Daredevil, but here he has drawn some crazy things and it looks amazing. Like, I cannot recommend Daredevil enough. I know I say this every single time I talk about it, but it really, really, really is fantastic. And this just continues to be fantastic. Like, I am so excited to keep reading week after week or month after month whenever it comes out, because it just keeps like bringing me in, you know? But yeah, so now this is the part of the show where I talk about the books that are coming out next week, and I'll give you the price point and tell you what I'm excited about. So hopefully I can get my hands on Joe Fixit number 2 next week. We'll see. But we also got Fantastic Four number 4 coming out. This book is $3.99, and yeah, man, this is finally the mystery. Unlike Zeb Wells, who has waited like 22 issues to figure out this whole mystery thing with Spider-Man. What's his name? Ryan North, is that who's writing Fantastic Four? I think so. He's, issue 4. 4 is an important number, obviously, Fantastic Four, so we're going to get everything laid out. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to read it. Next up, we got The Invincible Iron Man number 3. This book is also $3.99, and this is just a pleasant surprise. It's just a pleasant little book. Iron Man, his life is just getting worse and worse. Ironheart was in the last book, and the Living Laser, the Living Laser was the villain of the last book, and I can't really remember what happened in the last issue. It feels like a long, long time ago it came out, but I'm still excited nonetheless. We also got Swamp Thing Green Hell number 2. This book is $6.99. It is DC Black Label, and I really loved the first issue. I thought the art was fantastic. Jeff Lemire and Doug Menke, great team, great story. We got an old man Constantine, we got an evil Swamp Thing, and we got normal Swamp Thing coming in. Like, it's just super cool. I'm really excited about it. We also got Nightcrawlers number 1. This is $3.99, and this is what I was talking about. This is another Sins of Sinister tie-in, and Mr. Sinister has cloned Nightcrawlers. I think that's what this is, and it looks crazy. It looks cool. I'm super excited. And the last thing we got is Lazarus Planet Dark Fate number 1. This book is $4.99, and I have no idea what this is. Not Dark Planet. I'm losing my mind. Lazarus Planet is just, I don't know. I don't understand what the point of doing it is. Like, not only did they do Dark Crisis, but then at the same time they're doing Deceased, and now they're doing Lazarus Planet. It's just too much. Just take a break, But I'm gonna pick this one up. We'll see how it is. We'll see what it is. And it's $4.99, like I said. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys are gonna pick up next week. And thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, check out the other ones, and please like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot to us if you do that. And I will see you guys next week.